What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Geometry Journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. And make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Geometry Journey, and let's build together.
Women, but the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is
Oh, man, I made it. Hopefully the sound is up, family. Y'all go and check it out. Those that don't catch me live, y'all can catch me later. I want to thank everybody that might take the time to come. And if you don't take the time to come, it's cool. I'm going to open up the black line anyway. I'm going over right now, and I'm going to open up the black line just in case we got some people that want to come in and have a conversation with Brother Hatim. Family, it's time for us to build. It's time for us to grow. Listen. We're trying to introduce you to a new way of seeing the world. You know, this is why we constantly talk about welcoming you to the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Giami Journey Media. I'm your host, Brother Hatim, and of course, you know, this is Tribal Quotes, and of course, it's a Heart of a Simple production. Simple Simpson Nation, stand up. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Oh, man. We got to blow them up. We got to set them on fire. We got to burn them down. Because some of us is caught. We're caught in foolishness. Like, I keep hearing about this black woman and this Gorilla Glue. And I am so frustrated. I'm so frustrated, right? Because it's so stupid. And it's sadly funny, because I shouldn't be laughing about the shit, but it's sadly funny. Whether she faking it or whether she really did it, the shit is a goddamn crime. Why would you send money to somebody that fucked themselves up like that? Why would you? I don't even like Gorilla Glue. But I don't appreciate Gorilla Glue having to be sued by a dumb motherfucker. This means that all of your lives are in jeopardy because a dumb motherfucker could do something dumb in your house. I dropped a glass and it broke, and I decided to walk across it barefooted because I didn't think that the glass would cut me. And since I was in his house, I think that he should be held responsible, or she should be held responsible for my stupidity. We got to stop the stupid shit. And we got to stop people from holding on to blackness on some dumb shit. Dumb shit does not have a racial boundary. There is a group of dumb motherfuckers, and then there's everybody else. You go over there to the group of dumb motherfuckers, because that was stupid. Right? I mean, it's like motherfuckers super gluing their ass together or something like. It's just stupid. It doesn't need to happen, and nobody needs to suffer from your stupidness but you. But then some of y'all are so stupid that y'all will send this broad money. Y'all subscribe to a YouTube channel because y'all hoping that she do something else stupid. Stop. I done knocked something out. What's up, baby? Oh, no. So I'm sitting up here like, I am amazed. I'm flabbergasted. And I am bothered that every time I turn on something, I got to hear about this dumbass broad who just happens to be black. Now, you do not connect the blackness to the stupid shit. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Now, her GoFundMe getting paid from her stupidness. YouTube getting paid from her stupidness. Instagram getting paid from her stupidness. TikTok getting paid from her stupidness. And it's taking focus off of real issues that we need to be dealing with. I do my show, and I call it wisdom mining. And I guess because I'm not doing dumb shit, I just can't get no shine. Right? This bitch done got 400,000 followers from doing some dumb shit. Now, how many of our kids is going to go out and do some dumb shit so they can get attention? I keep telling y'all, attention is the new money. Stop paying attention to people that don't deserve it.
Just keep on. I'm going through, and this is the only reason, because I'm looking at it, not even looking at it. I'm going past it, and I seen it. I seen it. I'm like, it's stupid. I'm keep on going. But then now everybody is talking about it, and now I'm understanding that people are being attacked because they're not supporting this dumb. It's the dumbest shit I have ever seen in my life, and you are supposed to support her because she's black. Now, if you a stupid motherfucker, support her because it's stupid. Don't support her because she black. Support her because you sympathize with stupid motherfuckers. I'm just saying. She put super glue in her hair. For what purpose? What purpose? Because, look, you use super glue to seal something on your car. Your fingers start sticking together. That should tell you something. So because I want to ask you this. If she's not fixing concrete, if she's not fixing wood, she's not fixing cars, what in the fuck is Gorilla Glue doing in her house? Have you thought about that? Where's the suit? She ran out of her regular glue, and she just happened to have some Gorilla Glue in the house. For what? For what? Super Glue need to add a caption on their bottle that this bottle should not be used by dumb motherfuckers. And have a description for dumb people. Please do not use this. This is not an issue of being slow. This is not an issue of not really understanding. This is an issue of trying to get your attention. See, regular conversations and don't get your attention. Dumb shit gets your attention. And you pay attention to it and allow it to go viral. And you can have a young man trying to teach people how to tie a tie, or a young lady trying to teach somebody how to do the quadratic equation, or another young person talking about African history during Black History Month, or other people having Black history programs, or your child's school having Black history programs, and your children doing fantastic things, and your children do amazing things, and our children is doing all types of amazing shit, but it's adults and dumb shit that is occupying your time. How and why? How and why? Don't even listen, family. Listen. Don't write nothing on her timeline. Unfollow her. Stop looking for more fuckery, because I'm telling you right now, there is going to be a rash of kids doing dumb shit with super glue, and some of y'all children may get caught up in it, and somebody might end up really fucking themselves up for something that might not even be real. Just saying. Something that might not even be real. But yet we could get on here and we could talk about all types of shit to change people's lives, to try to save lives. We could do festivals to try to save people's lives and introduce them to the culture. We could take young people camping and do all types of shit, and none of that goes viral. You know why? Because it ain't dumb shit happening. And what is it about dumb shit that attracts? But you know what? Because the people that's tuning in here probably don't even know what I'm talking about. And thank God for you. Because I would prefer the few wise to the multitudes of assholes, bitch crafters, and fuckerists. Don't need them. It's stupid. So now let's get to the Proverbs of the day. Now, we're coming from the chapter of sacrifice. I'm pulling out of the African Openness to the Tree of Life. For some reason, I can't pull up Sister Terry Haas's book, which is called African Deep Thought, and it's available on Geometry Journey. Just go to AfricanDeepThought.com, and it's a workbook for the African Openness to the Tree of Life where you can go through and you can actually do some growth and stuff like that. I can't even get this commercial to go viral. It's not dumb enough. I guess I need to have a wheel run somebody over. You know what I'm saying? Or a dumb motherfucker walking across glass holding the book. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody who didn't know that fire burnt, so they gone and ate a flaming on fire melted cheese sandwich or some shit like that. That probably would get people watching and shit. Come on, man. Come on. We bigger than this and we better than this. And this broad gonna pull this shit during Black History Month. During Black History Month, you supposedly, because we don't even know if that shit is real, you supposedly put this shit in your hair. Why? Why? Navita called it crackatosis. You're so ashamed of your hair that you will put a super dangerous adhesive onto your goddamn hair to make it straight. Why not just go get a perm? Get a matter of fact, since you trying to bring back that low tight hairstyle, why don't you just go and get a Jerry curl or some shit? Do something original. You know what I'm saying? God damn, bring the Jerry curl back. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have my kids running around here doing all types of dumb shit. But anyway, words of wisdom, family, because I ain't gonna hold you up too late tonight, because like I said, I had to move the show to 7 p.m. because I am not able to keep up with the 9 p.m. schedule. So I want to thank those that's taking the time to check us out on Geometry Journey. You know what I'm saying? On Geometry Journey. You know what I'm saying? So they laughing out loud. You laughing out, and we need to be laughing out loud, but we don't need to pay her attention. Family, remember, your attention pays. Every time you click on that shit and you read that shit, she get money in her pocket. She's going to sue a business. So once again, I want y'all to think about the ramifications of this. You're going to have to dummy proof and stupid proof your house, because somebody will come over your house and do a stupid ass stunt and sue you for everything. They will have lawyers that will come and hit you with the legal lease, and because you ain't got the money to get a motherfucking lawyer, they will put a lien on whatever you own, because these motherfuckers are dangerous and stupid. I'm just trying to let y'all know, and I don't even give a fuck about Gorilla Glue. I'm just trying to looking at the ramifications, and I'm looking at how this is going to affect you. How this is going to affect our community. We got a black woman who has been compared to a gorilla all over the motherfucking world using Gorilla Glue. Taking a picture, they posting up a picture of a black woman next to a bottle with a gorilla on the fucking label, and nobody is picking up on the subliminal shit? Y'all not picking up on the messaging that's going on here? Unfollow her. And you might need to tell people that's following her, that might be in your circle, that if you following her, don't fuck with me. Don't post on my timeline. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Any groups that's following them, you need to go and remove yourself. Because it's time for the fuckery and the bitchcraft to stop in our community. We can't nation build. We can't have shit go viral that is uplifting to our community. Either it's terribly frightening or terribly stupid. That's the only shit that go that go viral in our community. And it's time for it to stop. See, I read on my proverb of the day, and this proverb, man, it fucked me up when I ran across it. It says, when you kill time, you bury opportunity. And once again, I'm going to use the language just how it's used.
When you kill time, you bury opportunity. When you kill time, now check this out. What do you do with your attention? You pay attention. You're killing time. And by looking at this dumb shit, you're burying your opportunities. But they're not your opportunities, they're your children's opportunities that you bury. Come on, family, the only thing we got is time. And we wasted it on women who are, or people who are not smart enough to do basic shit. Come on, family. Hold on. Somebody posted up something. I'm sorry. Black line is open. 614-556. Oh God. Now my what in the okay. Where is this going? All right. Where's my Now the stupid done reached my computer. It's a virus and it's fluent. Now my computer don't work. Oh my God. Let me go and read this. Shouts out to my auntie. I see you out there. Shouts out to Miss Precious Jewel. Shout out to Richard Dion Miller, and thank y'all for sharing. As a culture, we have to up our aptitude. There are always going to be levels to any tribe, but every Gorilla Glue situation, it ups to us to share some wisdom and make knowledge go viral. Right. But you can't share it on that timeline because it's full of goddamn fools. You understand what I'm saying? Family, because listen, in many cases, not only do we have to draw borders around our family, borders around our tribes, borders around the territory where we live, we got to draw borders around our mind. There's certain places where we don't need to go. Sometimes arguing with a fool does not help our cause. And sometimes we need to call some shit out. That was a blatant out of bounds move. You out of bounds. You don't deserve our attention. You don't deserve our arguments. And those of you that sitting up there arguing and fighting with them, you don't deserve our attention either, because it's foolishness. It's foolishness. Right? Now, let me go back up here, because she said, let me see, this is Brother Dion. He said, as a culture, we have to up our aptitude. And maybe maybe they don't belong to the culture. Because I want y'all to understand, right? Because many of us, we romanticize Africa. We talk as if everybody over there was operating as a unit, but you have many different groups. Some people don't like the fact that I use tribe because they don't really understand what I'm trying to do. See, because I have to isolate my group. I have to find my group. And those that cannot operate within the system are not part of my group. So they need to go someplace else. And some of us, we have to start doing this. Why? Because we're going to have people that's constantly going to act out of bounds and stop us from being able to grow. We're not going to be able to grow because we always going to have to stop and focus on some fuck shit. Fuck shit don't pay the bills. Fuck shit don't employ nobody. My fault. I take that back. Because this fuck shit is going to get this little girl paid. It's going to get her paid. And that's a shame. When we got people in every city that's doing what I do right here, right now. Some of them don't even go live with it. Some of them don't even show anything, but they out in the streets and they working for our children and they're working for our people and they can't get a donation. She probably is going to settle out of court with Gorilla Glue for a large amount of money. People are sending her money. But yet, let something like Giammi Journey or something out there ask for some money. And we scamming. They scamming. So the only way I'm gonna be able to raise money for the cause is if I go out and do something stupid. Are you serious? Is this what we are? No, this is where possibly the group is. But where our tribe is, those of you that are listening to me, family, if you're listening right here, you belong. You are a place where you belong. And if what I'm saying is making you uncomfortable, maybe you need to go somewhere else. Because we got to stop the dumb shit. We have to stop it. We have to stop it. And we got to stop encouraging it. Laugh at it and keep on moving. Don't even, because when you're trying to spread the wisdom with them, what you're doing is you're increasing the algorithm that spread it out a little bit farther because you responded, they connect that post to you, and then they send it and put it on the timeline of people that you are involved with. Stop letting them use you to spread these negative viruses and these stupid ideas. Now, you didn't know before, but now you know. I want you to know every time you comment on something, every time you get involved in one of these silly arguments, the computer is looking at you and looking at the network that you have, and they start spreading it through. And then some of y'all help them because you going to at such and such, at such and such, at such and such. But then you come by something where somebody talking some shit and you don't even act. You just sit there and you might even watch. But you don't even act. You don't even comment. See, because what we need to start doing, those of you that really want us to move as a culture, when you see some shit that's really making sense and you see somebody that's really talking, you don't have to make a direct comment for them. You make a comment for the algorithm. So the algorithm can spread it. You might not even want to spread it, but it's like, boom, oh, this dude talking some sense. Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. All right, good job, bro. Because once you post it up, what happens is that algorithm goes out and look at your list and say, who else might comment on this? Because attention is the new money. Attention is the new money. Attention is what we pay. This is why you get Facebook free. This is why you get Instagram free. This is why you get Twitter free. This is why you get YouTube free. Your attention, and they can send you ads unless you pay them not to send you ads, which is a whole nother level of revenue. And the only thing I'm trying to do with Giambi Journey Media is to bust into this. I want to kick the goddamn door down. I want to kick it down. I want to build a platform for us, by us, totally controlled by us. I want to eventually be able to have servers and have people working at those servers that look like us, and have people being able to be financed and paid because they work for this, so that they can actually stand up and talk for our community without biting their goddamn tongue. We got individuals that are strapped and can't say nothing, and they are some of the smartest people because of where they work and where they draw their sustenance from, they can't really stand up for the community. How are we supposed to grow as a community when we're not even supporting those that want to be able to stand up for us because we want support? I ain't gonna say we want support. We don't know. And all I'm trying to do is make it known. Facebook, Google, YouTube, even Amazon make money off your attention. Family, you need to learn to monitor what you put your attention on. I'm so glad on Kaumba that at 12 noon, I could turn on Ken Hunter's show and see Dr. Greg Carr. I'm so glad I got in my algorithm and share. Even though Michi X cuts more than me, I could at least see her. I'm so glad that I could turn on and I could catch some Roland Martin. I'm so glad that I could see Yvette Carnell. I'm so glad that I got in my algorithm an Antonio Moore and other people like that in my algorithm that I'm sharing so that I can help spread the message. Because all these people don't have to agree. Right? Well, but what I want people to understand is at Giambi Journey, we're talking about making you a better thinker. This is why we do wisdom mining. I'm sorry, I missed the I'm sorry, Mr. Miller. I'm running my mouth, man. Once I get going, it's hard for me to stop. I be trying, man. I swear to God. Swear to God. But this, Miss Precious says, Miss Precious Jules shouts out to you. Stupidity pays in these days, and that is a sad shame. No, you got to think about it. It's a sad shame for us, but it's a cash cow for those that live off of us. Please understand. Please understand. This girl's antics fit right into the game plan. They highlight that. It's highlighted because it works for the narrative that is the one that they share with everybody around the world about us. It fits in perfectly. Fits in perfectly. Congratulations, whatever your name is. Gorilla Glue. And not only that, you know what I'm saying? Gorilla Glue gonna get over this, but they probably end up being able to make some money off of this. Free advertisement. Mr. Richard Dion Miller say, would promoting in pro-black progressive Facebook groups work as good as marketing strategy? It possibly could. But like I said, if you share within the group, what you do is keep it within that circle. What you need to do is, even if you're part of that group, you need to take what you share outside of that circle and share it in other groups or share it specifically on your timeline. And if you want to go deeper with it, add other people in your Facebook, on your Facebook, in your friends, whatever system you're using, add other people so that it can see. Because what starts to happen is, because now the way Facebook works now, Facebook is not as organic as it used to be. Neither is Instagram. The most organic platform right now is TikTok. Let me tell you why and what I mean by that. With TikTok, what happens is, like, for example, my first video was nothing but listening to a Joe Rogan interview. Now, organically, that post reached somewhere around 700 people. You understand what I'm saying? 30 seconds. I don't have to spend a lot of time. I could just look at it and look at your face expressions and laugh, right? And keep it moving. Now, what Facebook has done is it stopped making your stuff as organic. But what it started doing was, now you got to really, if you really want to be noticed, you got to pay. You got to put some money behind some of your ads and stuff, right? But they still allow us within our circles to spread the information. So when you at people, right? This is why when Sister Freedom get on my channel and she start adding people about what I'm doing, right? She don't just, because sharing is cool. Don't get me wrong, family, and I appreciate the shares. But what Miss Freedom does is she gets on, and when she hears something she likes, she start adding people immediately, which brings them into the algorithm. Now, regardless of whether you pay for it or not, when people take time to add other people to your site or to whatever you're doing, to your live or whatever, what that does, it lets the algorithm, gold mine here. Okay, cool. Let's do an ad. Okay, boom. There's an ad about Gorilla Glue. They talking about Gorilla Glue. All right, put that ad up, and then boom, allow the ad to go at it. See, Google spying on me right now. Right. So please understand, family, it's all a game. But let's get to the Proverbs. I'm sorry. And thank you for hearing me out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because this is a meditation and therapy at the same time for me. And family, if you don't have things or rituals or regular things that you do, you know what I'm saying? You need to start doing it. How long you been online this evening? I started about 7:36. I might have been on, according to this, I've been on for about 34 minutes. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Family, go and like and share wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, according to, even though I'm getting texts and stuff, it's saying I ain't got nobody watching. But I'm like, there's people responding. So a lot of times with those of us that's doing stuff like this in the way that we're doing it, we don't get all the bells and whistles. You know what I'm saying? Even when we paying, right? But anyway, but go and like and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. Also go to gnj.media. Make sure you sign up. right? At GNJ.media, because we got our own platform, because the goal is to grow big, but not necessarily on these platforms. It's great if this is what people prefer, but we need to make sure we have our own platform so that when Brother Hatem finally says something that breaks the camel's back, or do something that breaks the camel back, y'all will always know where to find Brother Hatem. Also, for those that are interested in what I'm talking about when I talk about Nation, what in the hell is going on with my mouse? I left the Giammi girls down here, and now my mouse ain't working. There's some explaining to do, young ladies. All right. You want to check out Giammi and see what we're talking about? We have a free e-course. Feel free to go and get the free. It's free. You know what I'm saying? Take the 7 days. You like what you hear, you gonna go further. If not, at least you got some information. You know what I mean when I say like today is Ujima. You understand what I'm talking about. You understand why I wear the beads. You understand why I'm choosing the colors that I'm choosing on certain days and stuff like that. All right, but anyway, let's keep it moving. All right, so Proverbs for the day, and I forgot where I was, so I'm gonna just start here. We are in the chapter of sacrifice. It says, say to knowledge holders, sacrifice open doors. No true entering is done without sacrifice. Now, if we did these already, y'all gonna let me know. If not, you know. Brother Kwame said, bedroom candy is being advertised. I'm just saying, right? Like I'm just saying. Because what they're looking at your habits. Because family, they got a whole profile set up on us on this. Please understand, if you are not paying for it, you are the product. You are the product of Facebook. You are the product of YouTube. You are the product of Google. You are the product of Amazon. If you are not paying for it, you are the product. This is why for YouTube, I want the benefits of YouTube without all of that shit. I don't want y'all following me around, so I'll pay some money for you. I've been paying money for YouTube and a lot of Google shit for a long time because I don't want that shit popping up on my screen. So I will pay y'all to keep it off so that I can focus on doing what I do. Facebook ain't come out with that yet, but believe you me, it's coming. Twitter is going to eventually move to a pay type thing as well. You understand what I'm saying? Please understand, family, it's big money being made off of this digital shit, and once again, we're being left out. But it's not because we're being left out because we don't have the skills. We're being left out because we haven't tribed up. Twitter is a group of tribes. Google is a conglomerate of tribes. Facebook is a conglomerate of tribes, a bunch of tribes that come together and work. This tribe work on this algorithm. That tribe work on this algorithm. This tribe works on that acquisition. That tribe works on that acquisition. And they all report to a central figure. Let me tell you the importance of a pyramid. A pyramid, right, is how societies are structured. You have the headstone, which is the very top. And it's supposed to be the most beautiful. Why? Because it catches the attention. It was said that you could see the capstone of the pyramid from miles away. It would outshine even the white sides of the pyramid, because the pyramids would be like limestone on the outside, so it would reflect out. But the capstone was even brighter than that when the sun hit it right. Now everybody would think that the capstone is the major piece. But the capstone is not the major piece. The capstone is a piece of the pyramid, because the capstone would not be where it is if the rest of the pyramid was not holding it up. Please understand that. Right? Please understand. The pyramids is basically how societies and how businesses are structured. Western society got it wrong because, the person at the top is supposed to be making the most. But the person at the top got to always be able to take care of the foundation, because it's the foundation that holds you up. And even in the pyramids, it's a foundation that you don't even see that's holding all that up. And all of it needs to be oiled. All of it needs to be working in order for the capstone to even be where it is. The capstone might have the most shine, but the capstone is being held up by the team that's below it. Please understand. Our science is deep. Just from looking at the pyramid, you know how things work. There's always going to be someone at the top, but that someone at the top is always held up by those at the bottom. And what Western society got messed up is that the ones, see, because I want you to understand this. And like I said, this is not historical. This is my observation. One of the things I noticed when I was studying African history, and I would look at the tools of the pharaoh. The tools of the pharaoh were a flail and that hook thing, right? The hook thing was to pull the sheep in. The pharaoh was like a shepherd, and the pharaoh's job was to make sure that the sheep eat. And I'm not talking about sheep in the way that most people talk about it. The sheep have to eat so that the sheep can provide. If the sheep don't eat, then the pharaoh don't rule. The pharaoh had to make sure that those that was under his charge were able to eat. And he had to have gentle ways of pulling them in, and he had to have ways of discipline as well as tools to protect them from outside forces. Come on now. Come on now. It ain't that hard, it ain't that deep. It ain't that hard and it ain't that deep. Some of us want to make our history so goddamn deep that it don't do no good to nobody. Let's just be basic about it. Let's get down to the basics of it. You know, check this out. Let me give you my theory on the pyramids. You got motherfuckers, it's a tool to communicate with motherfuckers out in space. You got others that say the pyramids were built from the top to the bottom. You got other people that talk about it as a tomb. You got other people that talk about that as a deep spiritual principle. Let me tell you what I think the pyramids were. A work project. Those pyramids kept people employed and busy and serving the whole and setting a demonstration of what we can do when we work together. Those pyramids took years to build, and out of those pyramids you got masters of other trades. Oh my God. But we want to make it so deep. We want to make it so deep. No, it kept the people busy. When the people are busy, they don't have time for fuckery. I'm trying to master my skill. I got to figure out how to move these goddamn blocks from here to over here. How we going to do that? We got to figure this shit out. We got to be able to smooth them out. We got to be able to stack them on top of each other. And we have to stack them just right, because if not, they're going to collapse. How do we do this? It gave the community, it gave the nation a problem to work on together, and only through them working together and practicing their principles could they rise and do the impossible. But I don't think y'all hear me. I don't think y'all hear me, because it ain't deep enough for you. It ain't about Martians, and it ain't about communicating with outer space. It's about keeping the people busy and developing the masters to take your people to another level. The secret to each one of us is to be useful to your culture, be useful to your people, be useful. And we got motherfuckers putting Gorilla Glue in their hair, and we supposed to be like, them our people. No, that ain't my people. I'm sorry. I stopped trying to save people after, 10 years ago. My thing right now is I'm reaching out to those that are reaching back and saying, look, bro, it's something not right. Can you help me understand? Cool, come here, let's sit down, let's talk, let's build. You know what I'm saying? We're about to go camping. What skills can you bring to the young people that we're taking out to the woods and to some of the older people that we're taking out to the woods? Well, I mean, I can't do, I don't have, can you help carry wood? Can you learn how to start a fire? Can you help erect a tent so that we could be out there? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever hunted? Do you know how to track? Do you know how to, you know what I'm saying? Boom, basic skills to keep you busy. Basic. Be useful. And all of us got something that we decide, because in geometry we talk about individuals choosing to be born. We chose our parents. We, in a sense, may even chose some of the situations that we ended up in because we needed it, which flips it and means that since I chose this, then boom, what is the lesson I'm supposed to get out of this? Rather than beating myself up constantly, instead of, blaming boom, okay, I feel bad about it, boom, I take responsibility and I'm able to move forward. I'm no longer the victim and I become the victor. And that's some hard shit, because I'm 50, I can't remember, 50 something, and I still have to struggle with that. But I didn't start thinking about it till I was in my 30s and 40s. What happens when we start sprinkling just little jewels like this on our young people? And they could struggle through it and trying to understand it in their 20s, and in their middle 30s, they come to a realization. And they're able to take what we did to a whole nother level, because I want you to understand the generations that was building the periods, each one, they got better and better at it. And the skills that they developed while they was doing that allowed them to stay on top of their game for millennium. Anyway. So say the knowledge holder, sacrifice open doors, no true entering is done without sacrifice. Here, let me open up the black line, because some people might have something to say, because I don't know who out there. They ain't showing me nothing. Let me see, did somebody say something? Somebody else say something? I'm up here running my mouth. Shouts out to Dion Minister. He said the simple answer is usually the best answer. Great show. I got to run, but we'll check back in later. Y'all be easy. Shouts out, brother. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate the couple of moments that you spent with us, and I appreciate the fact that you took time to even post up something, because that's a lot, especially in these times, because they got to keep us busy and they got to keep us running and shit. Not giving you time to think. Proverb number 2. When one puts forth, one takes in, say the knowledge holders. Lastly, say the knowledge holders. Loving cannot be done without sacrifice, thus linking is not made without sacrifice. This chapter is called The Exercise of Sacrifice. So first off, let's talk about that title. That title of this book, called The African Openness Tree of Life, The Exercise of Sacrifice, talks about sacrifice as an exercise. And what is an exercise? Exercise is a structured event or a structured performance that you do to build something, right? So the exercise of sacrifice, this is something that has to be practiced. This is something that has to be done over and over again, so that you can go and start burning off who you think you are and start moving into who you really are. All right, so the first one, we're going to go right down the list and I'm done. Say the knowledge of sacrifice open doors. No true entering is done without sacrifice. When we sacrifice, family, when we give away, when we give of ourselves in what's that word? When we give from ourselves and when we give from our authentic self, that's what I'm looking for. When we give from our authentic self, right? It opens doors. this is not the only time where people were surrounded by fake motherfuckers or fatherfuckers. Excuse me. I don't want to be sexist with my cussing. I want to keep my cussing balanced. So this is not the first time in history where people had to deal with fake motherfuckers and fake fatherfuckers. This is not the first generation that had to deal with bitchcraft. This is not the first generation that had to deal with fuckery. It has always been. And our ancestors talk about true openings are not made without sacrifice. You can't open doors if you are not willing to give to yourself. And I'm not talking about, actually, even with a physical door, you have to give up some energy in order to twist the knob and to push the door open. There's always some type of sacrifice in order to open a door. Same in the spirit world, same in the mental world. You don't get nothing unless you invest something in. That's the cycle of reciprocity, and that's one of the cycles that's missing with us when it comes to us doing business. Our businesses don't work in our community because we're not practicing sacrifice. We're not practicing that reciprocity. I give, we receive, boom. We got to realize that. A lot of us don't realize that. So we're trying to extract more than we put in. See, I want you to understand one of the reasons that, like, even when I was hearing about the, that when they was making a run on GameStop, why I didn't get involved with that, right? Because vultures were circling a dead body. You had a few people who possibly had a higher motive. And you had other people that was just jumping in to make money without any sacrifice, without truly dealing with the business. I invest in what I believe in. I invest in what I want and what I want or what I'm using. I got a T-Mobile phone, and guess what? I got stock in T-Mobile. I like T-Mobile. I've been with T-Mobile before T-Mobile was T-Mobile, so I go and I invest in T-Mobile. It ain't a lot, but you know what I'm saying? I invest in shit I use. I invest a lot into Giami, and I use Giami sites, and I use, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. I check my shit every day. Invest. You know what I'm saying? I want a Tesla. I know that sounds crazy as fuck. I want an electric car. I want a Tesla. I not only want a Tesla car, I want a Tesla roof. My mom be laughing at me because you ain't going down. But I want a fully solar roof that looks like everybody else's roof, that nobody else know, that I got a big ass battery inside my house collecting that shit. I want it, so I invest in it. I use AEP. Guess what? Paying them every month. But I'm buying stock. I don't believe in investing in things just because it's a quick rush of money, especially if people are doing it and they have a cause, taking advantage of a cause. I'm not one because I understand this law. True doors are not open without sacrifice. What's the sacrifice that you have in that? Because some people believe in this so much that they invested their money, they lost money, they know they're going to lose their money. They knew they was going to lose their money, but they wanted to make a point. So who am I to jump in that shit and take from them? I got enough people doing that shit to me, and I know how that shit feel. When people come in and, you know, just try to take advantage of your momentum, and they pull a little bit of momentum off and basically take a wheel off a four-wheel vehicle and be like, I don't know why this shit ain't rolling, because it's broke because of your ass. I'm not messing with nobody else. Looking for other types of come-ups where that is set up and boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I believe in the power of sacrifice, and I understand the power of sacrifice, and I understand the laws of when I'm interfering, profiteering. There's nothing wrong with getting a profit. Nothing wrong with getting a profit. But I'm not trying to be a profiteer. I'm not trying to make a come up off of other people's suffering. You got people that might have put their life savings in here because just to make a point. And people, I don't give a fuck about them. See, that's one of the issues. And I'm talking whether white or black. I don't give a fuck about them. It's like, wow. I just want the money, man. You let me know who you are. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And because you told me who you are, I don't have to have any reason to doubt it. Any reason to doubt it. Sacrifice opens doors. Or it should. What are you giving in your life? What have you given up? What sacrifices have you made? Right? I tell people all the time, family, one of the easiest sacrifices we can make is to volunteer the most valuable thing. And the most valuable thing in your life is not money. The most valuable thing in your life is time, because it's the only resource that you have that cannot be replenished. You, like I said this morning, you get money back, you get land back, but you never get your time back. I'll never be 30 again, but I might be a homeowner again. I'll get another car, but I won't get 20 years back. Time is the only unrefundable resource, and is the most valuable resource you have. And many of us don't even understand it. We don't even understand the power of sacrificing your time for something bigger than yourself. Sacrifice. True sacrifice open doors. Not that false thing, because they're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I won't get on that. And it says, no true entering is done without sacrifice. So even when you open the door, once you enter, there still is a price to pay. And many of us, we can't enter the door of success because we're not willing. First off, we're not willing to open the door with the sacrifice. And we're definitely not willing to enter because we're not willing to make the sacrifice. We believe that you could get some shit without actually putting something in. We believe in magic. And I ain't talking about magic in the traditional way our ancestors saw it. Magi was a wise individual, and their wisdom was so outstanding that they knew things that other people didn't know. So people that didn't understand what they understood, when the Magi spoke, the Magi would be able to predict things because they had to watch what was going on in nature, and they will be able to predict events. Wisdom. But other people perceived it as magic because there's no way you could have known that there was going to be eclipse. So it got to be magic. They made the eclipse. No, they just was able to predict the proper events because of the sacrifices that they made. The sacrifice to open the book and the sacrifice to enter the book to extract the wisdom. Anyway, I'm going to keep it moving. When one put forth, one takes in, say the knowledge holders. Once again, that gets back to the thing. In order for me to receive, I have to put forth. I have to give. And many of us not willing to give. I mean, like I said, because family, listen, one of the things that we talk about, and I keep on going back to geometry because that's my reference point. If it don't hurt, it ain't a sacrifice. Let me say that. If it don't hurt, it's not a sacrifice. Some of y'all take a little bit of money out your pocket and you give. You know what I'm saying? If that money that you gave don't hurt, it's not a sacrifice. If that time you gave does not hurt, it's not a sacrifice. Sacrifice requires pain. It requires suffering. I know that sounds fucked up, but that's what causes us to grow. That's what causes us to look inside. That's what I mean, because on all of that would separate the best athletes from the okay athletes. That's what separate the best business people from the okay business people. That's what separates the best scholars from the okay scholars. That's what separates the best streamers from the okay streamers. That's what separates the best singers from the okay singers. That's what separates the best rappers from the okay rappers. It's the same. The wisdom works everywhere. Those that are willing to put out, those that are willing in the sense to sacrifice, those who are willing to sacrifice, doors open up for. And those that are willing to sacrifice even more are able to enter. Those that put forth, take in. This means I have to take forth. So what y'all want to give, I get the hair off my hair that I picked. You want to give something that ain't really a sacrifice, and think that you are supposed to receive the world, or think you're supposed to get something back for it. Don't work like that. It don't work like that. Many of us got warped perceptions of how the world works, and it's not your fault. But it's your fault if you don't take advantage and start plugging into our ancestors' wisdom and start learning it. Brother Kwame makes sure that the young brothers as well as the older brothers understand that any wisdom or any knowledge that you get that cannot be practically applied is not good. So I hear brothers dropping jewels, but a lot of that shit you can't use. So it's not practical. He called it the practical application of ancient wisdom, or something like that. He'll post it up here to correct me. The practical applications. Many of y'all holding on to shit that don't even work. Because it's complicated and it sounds deep. You mesmerize people around you. But those that really know, they ain't even paying you no attention. Last one. Say the knowledge holder. Loving cannot be done without sacrifice. Thus, Lincoln is not made without sacrifice. So even the highest thing that they teach is love is the highest thing. Requires what? Sacrifice. You can't love if there is no sacrifice involved. There's no relationship. And John, we tell you about the relationship all the time. The relationship is a stool that sits on 3 legs: respect, responsibility, and reciprocity. Take away any one of those legs, that stool no longer stands. Many of y'all want to have love or want to have some type of connection with other people, but you are not willing to respect. What is it? Respect. Don't want the response. Don't want to respect. Don't want the responsibility, and don't really understand the process of reciprocity. Sacrifice. Giving, getting. Some of y'all just want to get. I just want to get. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. I just want to get. I just want the benefits of the relationship. I want the benefits, but I don't want to apply the respect. I don't want the responsibility. So you can't get reciprocity. Take away any one of those legs on that stool in relationships, and the whole shit collapse. Many of y'all had the same type of relationship with God. You want a relationship with your higher power. You want a relationship with the Creator without practicing the 3 legs: respect, responsibility, and reciprocity. Come on, family. Stop practicing. Practicing fake magic. Because our ancestors laid the path out for us. But hold on. I ain't gonna hold you up, and it don't appear that nobody's calling in. So I ain't gonna belabor your mind with all the stuff that, is flowing on Brother Hatem. But friend, I want to thank y'all for taking the time. I want to remind you that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. God damn, what is going on with my mouth? Of course, this is the Heart of Simba production. And once again, this has been Tribal Quotes, and I am your host, Brother Hatem. And it's the Heart of Simba production. I'm sorry. Well, we strive, and I hope I did blow up your old paradigm. Family, if this conversation was valuable to you in any way, make sure you post up and make sure you share, like and subscribe, and do all that shit. Let's get these these algorithms or whatever they call working for us rather than us working for them. This brother Hatim, I am out.